Welcome to my channel, StevoTalks. I'm Stevo. In this video, I'm going to talk about being a bit wary of like these side hustles. Now, I didn't really know so much about like side hustles until maybe about a year ago, something like that. I sort of come to a bit of a realization. It had been brewing for a while, but sort of like finally had just like a breaking point where I come to a realization that I just hated the whole sort of like 9 to 5 or 4 to 8 in my case job, and sort of just living on the weekends, then back to work during the week, and getting up early, and just all that bullshit. And so I sort of like started looking around, and I started hearing this term, side hustle, top 5 side hustles, blah blah blah, all this sort of stuff. So I started like looking into it. And like I say, there's loads of side hustles out there, and I think pretty much for the most part they're all like relatively legit. Obviously, it requires work, and different ones require different amounts of work. But for the most part, they all seem pretty legit. I mean, there's loads of things like being a freelancer, stock trading and crypto. There's like creating a YouTube channel. There's YouTube automation, which I sort of looked into. If actually you go further down on the video list on this channel, you'll see sort of my attempt at doing sort of like a YouTube automation thing, and don't get me wrong, it is still quite a feasible idea. But there's loads of different side hustles out there. So I'm not here really to say, oh, they're all a con. Don't do it. It's all it's all shit. It's all rubbish. I'm not here to say that at all. There's a lot out there that are very feasible. What I'm sort of just wanted to try and briefly, as brief as I can make it, go over is what I've noticed, sort of like the dangers with all these like side hustle things. And if you're on Instagram, which I'm sure most of you are, if you go on Instagram, if you go on TikTok, even Facebook, you have all these adverts and accounts pushing side hustles, telling you how you can make £10,000 or $10,000, whatever, a month, side or passive income and all this. And so I've sort of like over the year I've had a lot of these adverts and stuff coming up, and I've gone over them, I've looked at them and stuff like that. And I don't know, it might just be me, but what I've come to realize is half the time what they are actually selling isn't what they're actually doing. Like they'll say, here's I'm offering you a course on how to do trading and stocks and things like that, because this is what I do trading and stocks, and I want to offer you a course and blah blah blah. chances are they're not doing the stocks and the trade. I mean, they might do some sort of thing, but they're probably not making their like $10,000 a month from stocks. They might be making some money from it, but they're making the money from selling the course. That's essentially what they're doing. And I started to see this sort of all over, and particularly on YouTube as well. Like I say, I started to get into the YouTube automation, and I would see like videos on like how to do YouTube automation and stuff like that. And the video, like the free videos, will be very like brief and no detail, and it'll just be sort of like step 1, do this, step 2, do that, step 3, oh, lots of money, and you think. But then you carry on watching, and it's like, if you want to know more and blah blah blah, then go to such and such website or click the link below in the description, and then you'd click the link, and it'll basically just take you to like a funnel, and they'll play another video or something like that, making it sound like the best thing since sliced bread, and then. Obviously, like they'll give you a bit of information in that video, but then they'll say, if you want to know more, then, you know, join the course and blah, blah, blah. And then you click the course, and it's like the course is like $800 or $500 or $1,000 or in some cases even more. And it's like, that's how they're making their money. And I can guarantee it, for the most part, that's how they're making the money. They might do some YouTube automation, but for the most part, that's how they are getting their cash, through selling these courses. I mean, like for example, I mean this was YouTube automation, but this was on Instagram, and there's an account. I won't say his name. I won't drop any names because I don't think that's right. Even though I think it's is scamming. He probably has got information, and he probably can tell you how to do it. But I mean, I've tried it. It's really not easy. It's like 1, 2, 3, and they say, "Oh, we'll help you every step of the way." But you know, will they? Do they? Will it work? And I think half the time, most people don't have the time to do it, and don't have the focus and the motivation and determination to do it, and so they pay all this money and then they just flop out. But anyway, this account was this was on Instagram, and he's got a YouTube channel as well. He's probably got Facebook and all that, and he's putting constantly on Instagram, is putting up all these like images, like these videos, and it's got like images, like films of it, like him on jet skis and standing next to a Lamborghini and in Dubai. They're always in Dubai. Like they're always in Dubai. Like Dubai is obviously, you know, some sort of status. And but anyway, so it's always like wearing nice clothes in a nice restaurant, you know, or they're sitting on like some business class seat on an airplane, or, you know, they're holding up like the Rolex on their arm and stuff like that. And obviously that's just to get you to go, oh, I want that. I want that. Give me that. So you watch and you think, oh, I really, really want that. I really, really want that. And then it goes through, and then it says at the end, you know, if you want to know how to do YouTube automation, then comment automation in the comment section or something like that, and I'll send you a DM and all this sort of stuff. So I was sort of like, was interested as I went onto his Instagram page, and I'm looking at all these different videos that he's got. They basically all say, you know, all different, you know, is a different jet ski or a different fast car or something like that. And I'm pretty sure they're not his. But it's going through that all of that sort of thing. And I thought, well, there are means on the internet to like check these people out, and you can find like reviews and all that sort of stuff. But you can find sort of like very, very basic like financial information. So with this one particular chap, he was saying like you can get anywhere from like $5,000 to $10,000 a month passive income. That would be classed as passive income, you know. So I did a sort of like a bit of a check and a bit of a digging around. Now apparently he's been doing it the last few years, but his net worth, and he's got like a few automated YouTube channels, and his net worth, at least from this website, and it seemed like a legit website. I can't actually, I'll say I can't remember the name of it, but I can remember looking at it. And it says his net worth was about $300,000. And I thought, well, if he's got like several YouTube automation channels, each earning sort of, like he was saying, $10,000, and he's offering these courses, it doesn't sort of like quite add up. And I know you can say, oh, well, he probably has like his money in assets and stuff like that, so it hasn't included that. But I don't know, the way it was wording it, it was encompassing the whole lot. So I just started to think, like, how legit is this? But I mean, there is like that phrase, fake it till you make it. Give off the impression that you are making it big, and people will follow. And that ultimately is, I think, what he's doing. So he's I think he's genuinely offering these YouTube automation courses, which I think, if I remember correctly, was about like $5,000 or something like $4,000, $5,000 over 3 months. So you pay for like a 3 months course. But if he's putting up all these sort of like reels and stuff like that on Instagram, he's getting all these people to follow him and like and comment. See, I didn't realise on Instagram, you get X amount of followers, you can start to earn money. I didn't fully realise that. I thought a lot of the money earned on things like Instagram was like sponsorships and like you know, using various products and advertising people's products and stuff like that. So he's getting all these people to follow him. He's got these courses. He's got a YouTube channel where he's getting views, so he can earn money from the ad revenue, which, you know, adds up. This is one reason why I'm doing these videos. Like, I'm not going to try and, you know, say otherwise. You know, I want to be able to do these videos. I want to do it, and I want to get better at it, and I want to sort of be able to have more information and give out more information and talk to people out there and stuff like that. I do genuinely want to do that. But there's a part of it where obviously I would like to be receiving like passive income. You know what I mean? I'm not going to lie or try and blag it or anything like that. So I just thought, with some of these hustles, you just need to be careful. Like I say, I think pretty much all the hustles out there are like relatively legit, and you know, if you've got the determination, and especially if it's sort of like art based, you know, and you've got, you know, you're good at art, you can, you know, you are good, you're creative, you're imaginative, and you can create things, then, you know, doing things, say like creating pictures, images, and then selling them on Etsy and stuff like that. You know, like I say, I'm pretty sure most of these hustles are legit. But I think a lot of these people that sell these courses that is their hustle. Their hustle is telling you how to do other hustles. Now, there's obviously like I think excuse me, there are a few people out there who are legit in the sense that they do these side hustles as well, and then they're offering courses. Because one thing is, say you have multiple streams of passive income. So I'm pretty sure there are people who are offering the courses, but who are also sort of like who are offering the courses. They're also knowledgeable in the courses that they're offering, and then they're just like making some money from those courses. That's fair enough. I mean, I think like one area of that is like these dating coaches, like, and you've got loads of them, like, and they'll like, I haven't had for a while, but I'll get sort of like messages coming through to me on Instagram, just like random messages, and it'll just be some guy just sort of like going, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" and sort of like, so I'll straight away sort of like check his profile, and it's some dating thing, and there's obviously it's just fishing for work. Those ones aren't so legit, I don't think. The ones that fish for clients, for customers. But there are legit ones out there. There are a few. Like I say, I'm not going to name them, but there's a few that I've seen. And the way they've got things set up, and the information that they provide, at least the free information that they provide, seems pretty good. I mean, like, full disclosure, I on Facebook was contacted by one. This was sort of like early. This was sort of like late-ish last year. Actually, it's probably around this time last year, about a year ago. And it was on Facebook, and it was a dating coach. And for the life of me, I can't remember what his web page was. His Facebook page was called, but it was just something daft. And I thought, okay, let's see what this guy has to say. So I think I typed the comments, say, if anyone's interested in X, Y, and Z. And again, like, they're showing you pictures, like they're showing you pictures. Oh, do you want a woman like this? Do you want such and such like that? Do you want such that sort of thing? They're showing like all these like hot women, and sometimes hot women that they say they've pulled. So it's like, okay, let's see what this guy. So I typed, I don't know, yes or interest or whatever the comment they wanted me to say. So I typed the comment, and he got in touch, and he sent me a link for me to book. He says, "Oh, it's a free 1 hour talk. We'll have a talk about this, that, and the other, and see what's going on, and blah blah blah." So sent me this link, clicked it. It was like, you book in on the phone call. So I booked in for like a few days time, and he contacted me. And when he contacted me, it sounded like he was in a bar. It sounded like he was, or a cafe or something. So he wasn't at home using his own internet. He was out somewhere. And the very good, like they've obviously like read books on how to, or watch videos and stuff, tutorials on how to sell. So they're very good at that, and they talk to you in a very sort of like leading way. Wouldn't it be nice if you could do this? Wouldn't it be nice if this happened? Wouldn't it be good if this? Surely you would like this to happen, wouldn't you? Surely you want that to happen, wouldn't you? Surely you want to meet this kind of woman, and so it's all like questions where you're affirming, oh well, yes I would, and it leads on like that. So he was saying all these questions, but I know this sort of spiel. You know what I mean? It's like I get this spiel. So he's going on. He's saying all this sort of stuff, and then he sort of like he says, "Finish this." So, yeah, let's get started then. Oh no, what was it? He said like at the beginning, I need to have a chat with you to see if you'd be a good fit on the program. So basically that's sort of like a tactic where he's sort of like putting an idea in your head that like is disqualifying you off the bat. Is disqualifying you. Oh, we need to see if you'll be a good fit for the program. We don't know you yet, so don't get your hopes up, because there's a chance we won't let you on the program. Trust me, if you got the cha-ching, you're on the fucking program. So so he says all that shit at the beginning, goes through all his spiel, and then at the end it's like, well, yeah, you'll be a good fit for the program. I think it was more like, oh, congratulations, because you'll be a great fit for the program, and we can get started straight away, and it'll be over like, help over the next 12 weeks or something like that. And I was like, all right, so how much is this going to set me back? And he says, well, just for today, right, because it's a discount, and by tomorrow the discount's going to go. They always like to do that I can't remember what the term is, but sort of like, where the deal's going to end soon, sort of thing, to make you rush, to make you fucking, don't close the deal on me yet. So he was like, but we can do a discount for you, but it won't last for long, the discount, but we can do it for $3,000. And I was just like, no. And it's like, yeah, but what do you mean no? Like, surely you want to be able to chat to any girl, and do this with any girl, and have the confidence to meet any girl, and blah blah blah. And I was just like, yeah, mate, I'm not just sending you $3,000. Like, I don't know who you are. You've called me up and you've spoken to me, and you've come out with all your jargon and shit like that, but I don't know who you are. And he starts he starts getting desperate, and you could sense it in his voice. He was desperate. It wasn't like, all right, no, we'll see you later. It was like, come on, and you could feel the desperation. I was like, no, mate, I'm not giving you $3,000. And he's like, oh, well, okay, that maybe what might be best is if you have, we have like just like a package course. So rather than the sort of like the one-to-one tuition, because that's what he was trying to sell me, like the one-on-one tuition, we have like a one size fits all packaged thing. He says maybe that would be better for you. Yeah, how's that? And I was like, oh yeah, right, okay. How much is that? He says, well, again, just for today, because it's a deal, I can do that for you for $500. I was like, right, I'll have. He says, he goes, I'll send the link over to you now. I'll send the link over to you. And sure enough, like a link pops up. And I was like, right, well, I'll have a think about it. And it's like, well, just click the link and then sign up and do the payment thing. I said, no, I'm not doing that. It's like, why? Surely you want to. And I was like, yeah, mate, I've had enough. You've wasted an hour of my time. I'm not sending you $3,000. I'm not just sending you $500. And then just ended up hanging up the call. So, but you got to be wary of some of these. I mean, obviously, that's not so much teaching you to do a side hustle. That is sort of like someone's side hustle. That was his side hustle. That's what he was doing. He was selling these sort of dating courses. Now, anybody with half a brain can sort of like find information on YouTube, Google, whatever like that. You know, things that can help you when it comes to dating, and things that describe sort of like, you know, the mentality of women, and so how you can be like seductive and all that sort of stuff. You know, you can find all that sort of jargon on the internet, and that's what a lot of them just tend to do. They sort of like tend to throw stuff together from other people's things and then package it and try and sell it off. So like, I mean, like a couple of these Facebook pages to do with you know, how to get any woman, how to date any woman, all that sort of stuff. It's always like the same shit, just like regurgitated. And there's another one that's on my Facebook. Again, I know what this one's called. I won't say it, but I find it hilarious because every so often someone will write a post and it'll be a review, and it's just, they'll put pictures of the women that they've got with, and obviously like they'll blank out their eyes and stuff like that, and it's like a lot of the time, most of the time, they're not in the picture. And then some of them, when they are, there's like one in particular, like some guy was like writing a review, and he's like, oh, you know, this program's the best program ever, and oh, you know, I got laid 1,000 times a day, and blah, 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 all the, you know, and it's just like, you know, all this stuff. And you see the pictures, and he's in the picture, right? He's clearly on holiday. He's clearly in a place like Thailand or Singapore or the Philippines or something like that. Is clearly just with an Asian prostitute. It's like as plain as day, and I'll hold my hands up. I've got a little bit of experience in that, but it's plain as day, and it's just like, he's like saying, "Oh, I've now got the girl of my dreams," and blah blah blah. It's like, mate, you're clearly on holiday. You know, everyone else in the background, like you're a white guy, everyone else in the background is Asian, and you're next to some girl who is just like wearing the sluttiest dress ever, only something that a prostitute would wear. And then also, if you sometimes sort of like these people who leave these comments, I think some of the comments are actually the people who have the Facebook page and try and run these hustles, these dating training things. I think they make the comments under false Facebook profiles, because sometimes I click on like the name who created it within the Facebook page of this dating program, and it'll come up with all the other posts that they've submitted onto this Facebook program. And a lot of the time, the years apart, almost to the exact day, years apart, and it'll go back sort of like they put the latest one on, you know, 2003, and then the next one will be 2002, exactly a year ago, and the next one will be like 2001, and then 2020. And it's always saying similar things, and sometimes it's even the same pictures. So yeah, I guess the point of this video is there are side hustles out there. I think a lot of them are legit. They are things that you can do to help you get extra income. Most of them are not easy. Not easy as 1, 2, 3. And if you are someone who has a full-time job and you have children, you know, or you're going to the gym and you have things, you know, you've got things after work as well. Finding the time. That's, I think, for a lot of these side hustles, a lot of them is finding the time. it's not necessarily funding. Some are. Some you've got to, like YouTube automation. Really, you've got to have probably, easily 4 or 5 grand to invest into it, and even then, you're not guaranteed for it to work. But I think most of them, or a lot of them, you don't necessarily need to invest a lot of money into it. A lot of it is time investment. So if you lead a very busy lifestyle, it's very, I think it'd be quite difficult. I find it quite difficult to just do these YouTube videos, because I'm just busy a lot of the time, and a lot of the time I have to end up like force myself to do it because I know I've got to do it. So yeah, I think out there, go looking around at all the different side hustles, read into them. Don't just go buying any course where someone says, oh, I'll make you, thousands of dollars a month and stuff like that. Just because they're showing you videos on Instagram where they're in Dubai and standing next to a Lamborghini, or on a jet ski, or business class, or they're standing outside the Burj Khalifa. I was standing outside the Burj Khalifa like just about a month ago. It's nothing special to stand outside the Burj Khalifa and get someone to take your picture. You say to him, I'm just going to walk past, sort of like looking at the Burj Khalifa with a Rolex on my wrist, and sipping a latte, with my fake Armani shirt and stuff like that, just to get a video as I'm doing it, sort of thing. It's not difficult for that to happen. And there's sports cars, supercars everywhere in Dubai. You can literally just walk up next to one and take your picture and make it look like it's yours. One of my old managers, because I used to pass through Dubai all the time for work. One of my old managers, whenever he was in Dubai on like holiday or anything like that, he would go rent some like massive apartment at the harbour, I think it was, at the marina, and he would go rent a Ferrari. And I can remember meeting up with him like before we were both heading to where we were working. And he was like, oh, yeah, I've got the Ferrari outside. I was like, well, you've got the Ferrari. He said, oh, every time I'm in Dubai, I rent a sports car. And, if I'm here for a week, I just rent a sports car for a week. And I was like, isn't that expensive? He goes, no. He says, not here. No, not expensive at all. He didn't say how much, but he said it's not lots. He says, like, there's fucking loads of them. So, it's like I say, there's people out there that I think are legit, but I think for like, for every legit one, there's probably 10, 20, 30 like fakers. And they're all doing it to rinse you, to get your money. So just be careful out there. If you want to do like these side hustles, look into it, find out what each one is about, gather as much free information as you can, because guaranteed, sort of like, one person might be saying one piece of information and not giving up everything, but the next person will probably give you the information that the other person wasn't. So what you can sometimes do is find out what you fully need to do by just watching multiple videos from different people, and you can sort of piece it together and go, oh, okay, that's how you do it, that's how you bring it together. So yeah, just be careful out there. And like I say, sort of like YouTube, creating a channel and talking about shit, if people like what you talk about, then you might be able to make some money out of it. So, right, that's it for this one. Again, if you got any comments, if you've sort of like started to do a side hustle and you're struggling, If you paid for sort of like this course or one of the courses and it's just been completely shit or really good, like you've had a really positive experience, then obviously like leave a comment. But yeah, if you can hit the like button as well, if you like the video, it does help with the algorithm. And as always, please subscribe. And so, yeah, until the next one.